today's Gospel reading from Matthew chapter 10, Jesus comes out with one of his iconic phrases, rather lovely thought. He says to his disciples, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground unperceived by your Father. And even the hairs of your head are all counted. So do not be afraid. You are of more value than many sparrows." By coincidence, I was reminded of that very phrase and saying of Jesus just a few days ago when I was reading from someone who's become a favourite writer of mine, nature mystic from Victorian times, Richard Jefferies, and he wrote in an essay called Nature and Eternity about the ideas of seeking the hidden mysteries of life's deeper meaning via nature and the world around us, and he put it in this way: "It is a peculiarity of this search that nothing is despicable, nothing can be passed over, not so much as a fallen leaf or a grain of sand. Literally, everything bears stamped upon it characters of the hieratic, the sacred writing, not one word of which shall fall to the ground." And in that last phrase, "not one word of it shall fall to the ground," I suppose he's saying that in the wonder of the natural world that is all around us, and life and its circumstances, there are the fingerprints of the Creator, which is like a message, and that message is there to be read, and it will deliver its message come what may, and it will be known by those who care to notice it. And that reminds me of something written by the prophet Isaiah, chapter 55, where he is speaking the words of God. "As the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it." If we are able to open our minds and to truly be aware of the wonder of the natural world and all things and existence, then we will receive the message God intends for us. And ultimately, what is the message? When we think about the sparrows and how God knows everything, even every hair of my head. Well, in that passage from Matthew 10, where Jesus gives those words about the sparrows and the hairs of your head, he says 3 times over, "Do not be afraid." If you contemplate the wonder of the natural world around us, we will tend to find that a magical thing happens. Our petty anxieties about today and about tomorrow and about yesterday will melt away, and we will be comforted, and we will know that God has all things in the palm of his hand. And in that little extract from Isaiah chapter 55, talking about the word of God going out through creation and making its message known, the words that immediately follow, in which in a sense the prophet Isaiah is quoting God himself, say this: "You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Instead of the thorn bush will grow the juniper, Instead of briars, the myrtle will grow. This will be for the Lord's renown, an everlasting sign that will endure forever. In other words, when we contemplate the wonder of creation, the sparrows, that God knows every detail, the hairs of my head, peace will come. And 3 times over Jesus said, your fears will dissipate. And so we give thanks for the message that goes beyond words in all things, that stands all around us if we have eyes to see and ears to hear, and to use a modern word, if we care to be mindful.